Hello, everybody. Welcome to this episode of Care for Sustainability, a podcast where we talk about climate action, renewable energy transition, decarbonization, and a lot of other things that are necessary to make the world a better place. I'm your host, Naveen Bharadwaj, and I'm accompanied today by this amazing gentleman who was recognized as the energy efficiency leader for private sector in 2024 by Dubai Supreme Council of Energy's Energy Department. This is Dr. Faisal Ali Rashid, who is the Senior Director of Demand Side Management at Dubai Supreme Council of Energy. Dr. Faisal, welcome to Care for Sustainability.
Thank you, Naveen. I'm very pleased to be here. I'm very pleased to take the interview question.
Thank you very much. Dr. Faisal, I'm going to jump straight into the discussion, right? Dubai is such a prominent city and it plays such a key role in shaping global agendas. Now, when it comes to the demand side priorities for energy efficiency in Dubai and perhaps largely in the UAE, what are some of those key areas that that you all delve into on a day-to-day basis?
Yeah, basically looking at how we're positioned geographically with the harsh environment and everything, we look at the building because it consumes 80% of power generation capacity, as well as it accounts for 40% of greenhouse emission. So building is the key. That's why we look at building as priority, aiming to reduce the intensity of the building kilowatt hour per square meter uh, through many programs that we have for the future and new building. We look at green building code, updating the building code, making it more stringent, and we have a plan in Dubai for that. There's an update coming in 2026 and another update in 2031 to make it sort of near net zero building, which we are targeting in the future. And for the existing building, which is very critical and important as well, we have an aggressive program started in 2016 to decarbonize existing building through building retrofit scheme. And we started with government building to set the scene, to lead by example. And as we speak, we have good achievement. Close to 19,000 buildings have been retrofitted.
Wow.
Based on this program. And we have a clear target, for 2030. The target is to reach 47,000 buildings to be retrofitted. So these are some of the things that
fantastic.
I can tell you priority to us. And also cooling is important for us. This cooling penetration, because cooling consumes 70% of
energy.
So we look at also cooling or district cooling to be part of our energy efficiency strategic plan.
Very good. So built environments, but not just what's about to be built in future, but those that have also been built. You're ensuring that you enable energy efficiency. And I really loved what you said, leading by example by starting with government buildings, because those that would challenge saying, is it really possible to transform what's already built? You're saying, oh yeah, we can, because we are doing it with our buildings. So you don't have any excuse. You've got to also toe the line, right?
Yeah, on top of that, the financial solution is a key. We also, on top of that, we have a financial solution for these investors, for these owners.
Nice. So you're also equipping them with the necessary monetary support or the ecosystem.
It's not subsidized, but it is a financial solution.
Fantastic. Fantastic. And the second thing you talked about is district cooling. But of course, we are in the desert and we consume a lot of AC. So instead of trying to address other lower priority challenges, you're actually striking right in the heart and focusing on things that matter the most, where energy is consumed the most.
Yeah. District cooling is more efficient than the conventional cooling. This is how we look at it. Maybe 40% more efficient if we look at the parameter. I think conventional cooling, like air cooling, split unit, these window ACs consume 1.5 kilowatt hour per refrigerant ton versus district cooling, which is around 0.84 efficiency. So there's a big difference. So this is how we look at this cooling penetration is a key priority for us.
Fantastic. And no wonder, a lot of the different clusters that we have here have their own plants and units and you're making them a part of the energy efficiency conversations.
Indeed. And this cooling today in Dubai represent 25% of total cooling. And the aim is to reach 30% by 2030 share
Nice.
of this cooling.
Like how, everything is broken down into smaller achievable time frames. So 3 years from now, 5 years from now, rather than 20, 30, 50 years from now, because those small wins, I think, will motivate a lot of other verticals and other sectors as well.
You cannot have a disruption. If you look at, let's say, electrification or electric vehicle penetration, we cannot say in 2 years we have to convert all conventional cars to electric cooling. So that's a disruption. Disrupt the economy. So we have to go slowly, gradually. And this is what we've been doing to give the economy to function appropriately.
Speaking of economy, Dr. Rashid, Dubai is growing at such an astronomical pace. There's rapid economic growth here. Therefore, the demand for energy is also on an incredible spike. How do you manage that from the demand side? What are some of the initiatives that
this is a priority for the Emirate, for the country as well, the economic rapid growth. And this has been part of the pillar. Dubai is growing drastically. On top of that, energy is a key thing when it comes to economics. So we have to manage it properly in terms of efficiency. So we have two things. We have a supply side to ensure that the heavy expenditure by building more power generation, water generation to support the economy, we ensure that we manage this efficiently from resource management point of view. So increasing the penetration of solar, making the power generation more efficient. This is on the supply side. Also on the water side, we know that desalination is producing water for the Dubai, producing potable water. So on top of that, because we're growing on the solar, we have to find a new way, a more sustainable way to support our water generation. So RO is becoming a solution. And slowly, I think we're shifting into RO, and there is a target to reach 40% share of RO versus total water production. As we speak, is around 13% share of water comes, desalinated water comes from RO, but the target is to reach 40% by 2030. For the demand side management, of course, we're making building more efficient. I think this is the way to decrease the consumption, to decrease the energy intensity of the building. So we spend less money on building new power generation on the supply side.
Nice. So both the demand and supply side balancing act is happening, and at the core of it is, of course, efficiency, sustainability, plus economically advantageous. It cannot end up becoming an expensive affair, because that will become a demotivating factor.
Indeed, it's a synergy, between power generation, between building. So we have to look at supply and demand side management together to balance the consumption and the production.
And where do you see emerging technologies such as artificial intelligence, as well as the power of data analytics, etc., play a role in this, and how important of a role do they play in this?
I give you two examples on technological advancement. There are many, but I can tell you Dubai today is functioning as smart meters. All end user, whether they are commercial building, residential building, public building, I think from energy provider point of view, smart meter have been installed in Dubai 100%. If you started in 2015 and completed in 2020. So the smart meter gives an energy provider basically to learn more about the behavioral aspect of the consumer, so it can manage the power generation, and also it gives a chance to the consumer to learn about their behavior as well, and so they can compare their efficiency with their neighbors and within the communities as well. So it's important to utilize the smart meter, the smart grid, and this is happening today because you get an SMS, for example, so you know whether you are among the average consumer, whether you're among the top 10 or worse 10%. So that's one thing. The other thing is also district cooling can utilize technology to learn about the demand load during the peak load. The energy thermal storage can be used more during the low peak. The chiller can function more. So there is a communication between the system and the future. Maybe the connection can be between the smart or green grid and the cooling as well, which
Yeah.
is not happening today. They work in isolation, but in the future, this could be a step forward.
With what you've told so far, Dr.
Mhm.
Rashid, three thoughts come to my mind, and I would love to hear from you on those as well. This is actually leading to good business opportunities because there's
Mhm.
investment being made for the balancing acts, for those smart meters and
Mhm.
smart grids, in making sure that sustainable built environments are
Mhm.
all prioritized, etc. Right. So on
Mhm.
one side, business opportunities therefore are job
Mhm.
creation means more people coming in, and then eventually or ultimately the goal is a better quality of life, right? So how do you see these all
Yeah.
coming together?
Yes, I think whatever you do in sustainability, it has to make sense financially.
Yeah.
Even for decision maker, they look at sustainability and the future of sustainability as it creates job. So energy management and energy efficiency and energy security and clean energy have created thousands of jobs, whether on the
Mhm.
supply side and the power generation, building these huge capacity.
Wow.
3,000 megawatt in Dubai have been built. Also, there are maybe 3,000 or more than 3,000 megawatt are under implementation. They will
Mm.
come in the future. So to reach 5,000
Yeah.
megawatt by 2030, and of course 100% renewable by 2050. So these have created thousands of jobs in the Emirates and in
Yeah.
the UAE as well. Uh, on the demand side management, also decarbonization of building, ESCO market as well.
Mm.
We have accredited scheme for approved ESCO company today. So they are also into business of green jobs, green services, green procurement as well, efficient appliances that we are having in Dubai to label these household appliances also.
Yeah. Yeah, we
So
see those labels which says energy efficiency, the star marks three,
exactly.
two,
So
three, four, five.
the green job, not only on the on the manufacturing side, also on the sales side. So I think this continue to happen. We continue to grow the green jobs, continue to surpass the conventional job or fossil fuel jobs. If you look at the growth of the green job, is so I think today worldwide is surpassing maybe the conventional jobs.
Yeah. Yeah. Now on because we were talking about those labels, something
Mm-hmm.
comes to my mind. So as consumers, individual consumers as well as let's say business consumers, how can we participate proactively, not by brute force, proactively, and contribute to the vision of the government,
Mm-hmm.
become partners in change with you all? And what kind of a role are we currently playing, and where would you like us to be, along
Mm-hmm.
in this journey?
Yeah. Again, whether we are representing commercial building or residential building, whether we are at the young age, whether we are at whether they are parent or children, they
Mm.
all are responsible to manage their performance. I think there's two things. One thing is the design of the building. The second thing is the performance of the building. So we can have the efficiency through this design element, and then we have the behavioral element also to make sure that we understand the importance of the energy, the importance of the energy for the future generation
Mm.
as well. So the energy that we don't save today, I think will hit us in the future.
Yeah.
Will hit the next generation as well.
So it's how
Hmm.
responsible are
Hmm.
we today? And I think there are also lots
Hmm.
of campaigns in schools, universities,
Hmm.
colleges, targeting
Hmm.
youth and
Yeah.
educating them through them, the larger masses,
Hmm.
parents and families also on
Yeah.
better energy
Hmm.
management.
Campaigning at school, the conferences that we are attending today, the partnership that we're having with the academia, with the academic
Yeah.
institution, with the private sectors, the guidebook that we are producing or issuing for school, for hotels, for different sectors as well. So all of these are part of the awareness scheme.
I think we all, as residents of Dubai and residents of UAE, we need to commit to one, learning more about the government's ambitions, two, making ourselves aware of various ways we can participate. Number three, proactively participating. And number four, trying to do one better every single time. So the 2030 vision or the 2050 vision and a lot of those others can actually come to life. Because I personally say this, that it's not just the government's job. It's all our job, because the government is made of people, of the people, for the people, by the people. And without our participation, we cannot point any finger at the government. I think we are blessed to be in Dubai. We are blessed to be in UAE, where things are pretty fast. The government is ambitious. The government operates like a corporate machinery where goals, KPIs, performance, and constant evolution is happening. And I think we also need to make sure that we march with that pace with you all. Dr. Rashid, DSM strategy has 11 major pillars for, of course, both the energy and water efficiency.
And transport.
And transport as well. So urban, smart, energy efficient mobility. Can you talk to us a little more about the strategy, the key pillars?
Yeah. Basically, the strategy comes under what we call it a DSM house. We have 12 programs. All of these programs are being activated. Within this, we have a governance structure. We have a committee, we have a responsibility matrix, we have a target for each program. We are reporting our performance to the public in terms of meeting our target, or maybe being behind, or maybe being ahead of the target. If we are ahead of the target, we try to build on that. If we are a bit behind the target, we try to intervene. So we have a good structures in terms of when I say governance structure, I mean we have executive committee who's basically monitoring the program. We have a DSC board, or the top decision maker also when it comes to a new policy that we're trying to introduce, or new initiative. So it's important to basically not only to set the strategy, important to set the strategy and also activate the strategy. And these 12 programs represent water, electricity, and fuel reduction. And there are many enablers within the strategy, like policy and regulation, like M&V, like involvement of the private sectors, and like marketing and awareness.
How important is circular economy for the government, and what are some of the key initiatives that you're driving?
Indeed. I think circular economy comes also as a priority, because the world today mostly perform on linear economy, and to continue to adopt linear economy is not sustainable. And we know at some point we cannot survive if we continue to basically to follow the circular economy. That's why we have realized that circularity is important. The key sectors, if you ask me, that can benefit or we can target when it comes to circularity is energy, without a doubt. Waste management, building, construction, medicine waste, food waste, agriculture as well. So in Dubai, we have also set the scene. We have created a committee, especially when it comes to energy circular economy, to work with the private sector. And under this umbrella, we have government and private sector to push for circular economy, to learn or to create a landscape for circular economy, so we can determine the share of circular economy at a large scale, and also at the government level. So each government level will know what is their share of the circular economy. And in the future, we can target the percentage of circular economy share at the large scale and also at the micro level scale.
So circular economy no longer being perceived as just a buzzword or a nice thing to do, but actually something that drives the economy truly.
And also it makes sense financially. Circular economy, it gives you a good payback period within a few years.
Nice. Very good. So again, business opportunities, so linking that with monetary gains.
And create jobs as well.
So I think everything that you're doing is revolving around these aspects, and people need that. We need jobs, we need money, we need better life. So you're saying sustainability not just as a fashion label, but guys, let's work together, because this can provide for what you're looking for.
Indeed.
Just a couple more questions, Dr. Rashid. Dubai, again, not as just a resident of Dubai, but somebody that's been observing Dubai even before I moved here about 15 years ago. What a fantastic city, the kind of growth, the kind of lifestyle it offers to people, uh, ease of doing business, the ease of living, the digitization that the government aggressively pushes for, the infrastructure development, be it the buildings, the roads, the bridges, things happen overnight, right? Things happen overnight. Now, when it comes to, again, energy, we're talking energy here, right? Energy consumption, as well as transition to becoming as energy efficient as possible. You're doing so much more. If you were to benchmark or compare Dubai with other global cities who might be doing similar things or might be growing at a similar pace, where do you see Dubai stands and where do you think Dubai will be, let's say, by 2050? Because UAE has the net zero 2050. Yeah.
Yeah, in terms of comparison, I think the world cities or different cities across the world, they have different climate circumstances and different geographical aspect. So we don't like to be compared with the Far East city, European cities, and North American cities because they are different. It's good to sort of compare with the neighboring cities, neighboring countries, because we share similar or common challenges in terms of harsh environment that we have, in terms of low rate of rain that
Yeah.
we have. We don't have access to river. We don't have, so we have different challenges. So the cooling basically consumes the highest when it comes to our part of the world. Where in Europe, I think it's different. They have different environment.